First tonight, the Rochester Public Schools building the district's coronavirus safety plan for students. KIMT was at this afternoon's school board meeting and joins us live at Sunset Terrace Elementary School with the latest from district leaders. Anthony.
George, there's a moment that stayed with me following tonight's school board meeting. As RPS leaders were seated doing the business of the district, all of them masked, a sneeze rang out from the audience. And one can view that as a harbinger of what's possibly to come for Med City schools as the Delta variant sweeps across the nation. That's something that's weighing heavy on the minds of those district leaders as they craft a coronavirus safety plan to keep students safe going into this fall.
A new and increasingly dangerous variant of the virus, the Delta variant, is spreading widely in our communities.
The looming threat of the Delta variant setting the context for RPS leaders as they shape the district's comprehensive plan to keep students safe from coronavirus.
Foolishly, I think I was hoping that Olmsted County would remain an island untouched by this variant. As things were going out of control in Texas and Florida and other places, I kept thinking, we're doing it right here and we're going to avoid this. It appears now that maybe we won't. Like so many of us, I was thinking, well, our littlest ones, they're going to be fine. I mean, if there was a blessing, it's this, it didn't seem to be harming our little kids so much. And sadly, that may be changing.
We appreciate the need to be super attentive to keeping all of our learners and staff safe.
Interim Superintendent Dr. Kent Pickell says the plan will lay out how RPS assesses and adjusts its COVID strategy, mitigates transmission, and responds to infections once they happen. It'll also aim to define so many details in between.
What are the community level metrics that we're going to be thinking about? How can we provide instruction when students or staff are in quarantine? School assemblies, staff meetings, larger events. What are the recommendations?
District leaders like Dr. Pickell and Chair Marvin are confident that in the coming weeks they'll know much more about the science behind the Delta variant and how it impacts our youngest learners. But one thing that appears much more set in stone is how some community members feel about masking in the classroom.
I urge you to comply with the federal and state laws and advise our children they have a right to wear or refuse masks.
I know I'm sick of wearing a mask, and I know a lot of people are, but I recognize that it's important for me to wear a mask, even if I'm still vaccinated.
The intensity felt by so many across the Med City's public school system, not lost on district leaders.
Whatever decisions we make, we will try to make the school experience the best we possibly can for your children, for your grandchildren, for our staff, for their families, because we know that the emotions are out there.
And if it felt like it was just last week that we pushed through the saga that was RPS updating its mask policy, that's because it was. But Interim Superintendent Pickell says that this next COVID plan could also include yet another update to the district's face covering policy. Live in Rochester, Anthony Monzon, KIMT News 3.
Thank you, Anthony. And Dr. Pickell will present his recommended coronavirus safety plan at the school board's next meeting on August 17th.